Hi there and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do potato reveals from some open pollinated Linda seeds. I'm not expecting too much. I've been harvesting some bags of other varieties without you. I'm sorry I didn't have time to shoot videos. I've been really busy during the summer, and but in spring we've been struggling with cold and rainy weather, and the TPS plants didn't thrive. They would have liked better weather, and they've been eaten back several times by slugs and snails, so they didn't have the best year. And I've been harvesting lots of microtubers so far, nothing interesting. So you didn't miss much. And I'm not expecting much here either. You can see how wet the soil is. We had plenty of rain, so the in-ground potatoes are fine, but the ones in bags didn't do too well. So some microtubers like these are the results I'm getting this year. These ones don't look too bad, considering they've been drowning for most of the season. So that's not too bad. But let's move on to some more bags. The next one, this is the potato plant in here, so I'm wondering if it made any tubers. I really feel sorry for my potato plants this year. Oh, it did. Tiny plant, but 2 tubers. Looks like some more yellow ones. We'll see. But nothing more except a big earthworm. That's good. Nope. Oh, one more. 3 tubers. Wow. Another small plant, and here you can really tell how much damage the slugs did. They were eating on the stem, and that's really harmful for TPS plants. The stem is all scarred up and torn up, and when this happens to TPS plants, they simply won't thrive and don't live up to their performance they could have. And here we get some nice tubers, quite long. They are cracked up because they've been taking up so much water. But these actually don't look too bad considering the tiny plant, so that might be a keeper actually. We'll see if there's more. One more tuber and one more fat worm. Yep, that's it from this bag. Here we get a bag where I can't even find the plant. So not sure if anything's in here. Must have died early, and some rotten tubers. Yay. So that's what's happening when the plant dies early. The skins of the microtubers don't get hard enough to stay fresh in wet and soggy soil, so they will rot if you don't harvest them early enough. But I'm not too worried because white flesh, and I'm not interested in these anyways. There's enough good varieties of white potatoes, so I'm more looking for the colorful ones. And again, decent sized earthworms, a small one. So at least the animals in the soil are happy. Next bag, at least it has a plant inside. So let's see what's in here. Something purple, tiny tuber. Oh, another long one. That's always the thing with open pollinated berries you're getting. You just don't know where the pollen came from. Linda is not self-pollinating, so it's probably, or it could self-pollinate. It does have pollen, but it usually doesn't set berries on its own. And looking at these long tubers in purple, and the other ones I get before, it might be that some of my wild varieties donated some pollen to Linda, because there's some fingerling potatoes between these. But I'll have a look inside them later, so maybe I get a keeper out of the whole batch. Another bag where the plant disappeared completely. Can't find it. Just some weeds. And the enemy, slugs and snails this year. Yep, one really dark potato. And the last bag, at least here we get a plant. So kind of pink color and bad skin damage because of too much water. Yep, but I'll clean up my hands and we'll have a look inside of the harvest. Okay, here we go. The first one has white flesh and a white ring with purple inside. Looking at the tubers, they have a really dark skin, most likely deep purple. Quite interesting. Then we get yellow skin and slightly yellow flesh. Not interesting. These ones were the biggest. They get a tiny little bit of color of purple inside. A little bit sad that it's not more interesting, because it's a nice light purple color, and considering the wet soil and the plant not thriving during the whole growing season, it's a little bit sad to see it's not an interesting color inside, because that could be a keeper. This one is the camera isn't showing that properly. It's basically white inside with a little bit of purple, not that yellow as my screen is showing this. The single potato, slightly yellow with some purple marbling, and another one in light pink purple, that's yellow inside with hints of purple. So from the color, this one would look neat when cooked, probably. There's a chance to get a nice color when this is cooked. This one won't show any or much of the purple, will just become gray. And from the harvest amount, this should be a keeper. So I will try to keep these two tubers. I'll make sure to let them dry up properly so the skin can toughen up a little bit. So these will spend some days in a dark, cool place with good ventilation. And I'll keep these ones, not this tuber, because if you see this spot, those spots will make it prone to rot. This one isn't as deep, so it might dry up and be fine for storage. So the other ones are not interesting and bad performance, really bad performance and not interesting. Bad skin, too little purple to make it attractive when cooked, not a keeper. And these ones had quite bad skin issues, so they wouldn't survive in storage. Maybe this one could survive, but with this yellow color they're just not too interesting. So what I'm going to do is I will clean up these two, see how they look when they're cooked, and taste test them, because these are the potential keepers. So I don't want to keep potatoes that don't taste good. So in case they're rubbish, I won't keep them and don't need to waste space on them during winter time. So that's what I'm going to do now.